I'm Lee Spencer with the Racing Boys. I'm here with Ryan Newman. You had a big announcement today. It's encouraging to see new sponsors coming into this sport.
Yeah, for sure. Proud to announce that Mazola Corn Oil will be our primary sponsor at the Phoenix race, and have a good relationship that we're starting here with Roush Family Racing and the 6 car. So look forward to working with them and learning what they need to get their return of investment in the NASCAR world. So proud of everybody at Roush Fenway to bring in a new sponsor, and we'll do our best to represent them in Phoenix in November.
You're usually the guy catching the fish, not serving the fish. So what was it like to come in and deal with the catfish and down-home cooking here at Talladega today?
No, it's good. What everybody here at Talladega does to take care of the fans is pretty special, and here to be able to serve, some back. I guess you call it redneck food, right? Catfish and some French fries.
I like redneck food.
Yeah, redneck food is it's all good. You can say that here, but proud to have the relationship with the track and Roush Fenway to do something like this. And I did go fishing this morning, although we are not eating the fish that I caught.
Is that usually? Are you a catch and release guy, or are you a catch and clean and eat guy?
So I'll give you the straight answer. I'm usually catch and release, but if I go to a pond where they have management rules, we'll keep the ones that we're supposed to keep, which is usually 14 or under, and then we'll eat those. So that's actually what's for dinner tonight, is largemouth bass deep fried.
What is your favorite catch? Do you have a specific fish that you enjoy?
Actually, crappie are really good. Perch are really good. I enjoy catfish, but I also enjoy salmon too. So all depends. All depends on how it's prepared, but usually the fresher the better.
You're usually a fishing hole guy. Have you done deep sea fishing as well? Is that something that you like for sport?
I've done a little bit of deep sea fishing. Truex has done a lot more deep sea fishing than I have, but just really enjoy getting to be able to hit a few spots on the NASCAR trail, going just largemouth or freshwater fishing.
So we're in Talladega. It's absolutely nuts. You were the fastest guy on the speed chart in second practice. What can we expect here this weekend? I mean, does anybody have any clue what we're about to see come Sunday?
I don't know. I mean, the runs that we're getting are as big, if not bigger, than I've ever seen. Probably what I've seen compared to back in the taxi cab, 2001. When Earnhardt drove through the field type deal, 2000, I guess it was. But either way, it's the biggest and most crazy runs you could ever imagine that I've seen in 19 years. And we'll see how it all works out. I can guarantee you how it would work out if we didn't have stage points. But with stage points, I think that's going to change a lot of things. And the speed difference between losing the draft and being in the draft is bigger than ever. So that will be a premium of guys being able to make green flag pit stops without making mistakes, and who gets grouped back up and those types of things.
What about the wicker on the back? They added that 1-inch wicker. You're now looking at 10 inches of spoiler behind you. Has that impeded your vision at all when you're trying to figure out what the hell's going on behind you?
No, realistically, you're pretty much all ears when it comes to what's behind you. You're making such big runs and being, everything's happening so quick. You got to keep, if not 1.5, maybe 2 eyes out the front windshield, and you really have to have a lot of trust in your spotter, more so than ever at this racetrack in general, but with this package more so than ever. So, I think that the wicker just blew a bigger hole in the air and probably made us go a little bit faster, because we've still got the same amount of horsepower. We're just blowing a bigger hole, and it makes it that much easier for guys to get bigger runs.
And who is your spotter right now?
Jason Jarrett.
And is that new since coming to the 6 car?
No, Jason's the only thing that I have in common in the last, 9 or 10 years, whatever it's been in the Cup Series. So he's bulletproof usually. He's going to be tested again here this weekend, but as all spotters will. But it's very demanding, and more demanding than it's ever been.
Seems like your relationship with crew chief Scott Graves is really gelled in a short amount of time. Is that the feeling that you have?
Yeah, I guess I have no problem saying I underestimated all the changes that we started the season with, and I think everybody at Roush Fenway has done a good job of adapting and growing and letting that chemistry happen and then making it happen, because I think you have to at the same time. You have to get through some of the issues that you have. So everybody on the team, on the 6 car, has done a good job. Can we do better? Absolutely. We if we can't do better, we need to stop right now, because we've had some good finishes, but we're not where we want to be.
You've had 2 great runs at the last 2 short tracks. Are you expecting a similar performance once we get to Dover next week?
I would hope so. I think we've learned a lot. We've changed a few things with our race cars to make them better, but Talladega here is a bit of a crapshoot. If you look at everybody's average finish, it's in the teens, or at least high teens. So it's a challenge here to try to keep momentum. But hopefully we can keep some momentum here in Talladega and then go into Dover and for sure keep that short track or less than intermediate track ball rolling.
As far as the new car goes, what is your early grade of how it's performed?
Which part?
As far as the new aerodynamic package, not just here, but just in general, first 9 races.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of running wide open. I mean, we ran 90% wide open at Texas, and I want to have the ability in the driver's seat to make more of an impact than that 10%, so to speak. So I don't think that it's hurt the racing. I just think that overall as a driver, I want to be able to make up more of that equation. And when you're running wide open 90% of the time, you really can't. There's just nothing you can do other than hold it wide open and try to be smooth. So when you start to incorporate brakes, when you start to slide around, you're not locked into the racetrack with a bunch of downforce, then the cream rises to the top, and the drivers that have more ability can kind of shine. But I think the end product has been good. I'm not complaining about that. I just don't. I wish that the driver had more input in that end product.
Really appreciate your time today, and happy fishing in the future.
Thanks. That'll be this afternoon.